Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. We have here the third and final game of the Zelda 2 100% All Keys Tournament Finals between TGH and riiyak. Our pair of comps for our final game tonight is Aaron and Justin. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Feeling fine.
After a very, very close game 2, we're going to have game 3. And they'll be going shortly.
I'm only a little bit sweaty.
I'm feeling great. This is awesome. This is the dream.
Right? This is it. Winner takes all for the tournament. So, last race of the year. Probably the last time you'll ever see anyone playing this category for the rest of this year. I'm just kidding.
I mean, the year's almost over.
I know. Usually everyone just stops playing for a while after the tournament's over because everyone's sick of it, but...
You only forgot the timer, but fixed now.
Yeah, the grind is real on this one, so here we go.
If we get 3 attack 4 races in a row, by the way, I don't even know what to say. That's someone's cheating, but...
Well, and riiyyak's been working on that manip to get that first bag, so maybe he's got something.
TGH has gotten the bag in both of the first races. riiyak got it last race, but he got double bags in the palace in the first race, so... Oh, TGH probably not going to get it. He missed that last Octorok. Unless he gets a lucky one.
Well, neither of them got it, so that's fair, I suppose.
I think we will see TGH do early trophy. riiyak also going... Nope, not. Getting ahead of myself. Thought he was going up to the trophy, but he took a right. Okay, he's got to be a little careful now, though.
Yeah, he's taking a few hits. I always wonder what the difference in timing is between doing early trophy or late, just based on nothing else.
I think the walk... I don't know if Rep's still here. You might know. I think it's maybe like an extra 7 seconds of walking or something like that. 7 to 10. I can't remember exactly. So this will give him, obviously, now he still only needs the 1 bag in the palace, but the downside is if he still gets double jars and doesn't get attack 4 at all. Both runners having some trouble here early. Like, the race jitters are finally hitting them, maybe? Yeah, if he doesn't get attack 4 at all, and then it was all for naught, and you kind of wasted that time going early trophy. But it does significantly increase your chances to get it, so...
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe they're just feeling a little bit of fatigue, too. As you mentioned pre-game, 3 races in a row is a heavy burden for most people, and there's usually a lot of resets in between.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw it, TGH took an encounter right before Parappa Cave. Parappa the Rappa Cave, and he's built himself a little bit of an early deficit here. riiyak, though, beamless in P1.
Yeah, he got bumped a little bit there. Yeah, one too many boomerangs.
All the bots getting in riiyyak's way. Alright, here's TG into P1. He, of course, I said he built himself a deficit. It's not obviously as bad as it looks because of the early trophy, but he certainly did lose some time there getting to the palace, so...
Right, and the only real difference in the experience between doing it this way and getting that 50 bag is he has to kill at least 3 bots, 2 for the experience and 1 because it'll drop a blue jar, but they usually do that anyway.
Yeah. It's pretty rare to not have some sort of bot get in your way, and there's a few that are already in your way anyway.
Right, at most it's a couple of seconds, but even then, like the Chewy Room bot and the bot there by the stairway that goes down to the final boss, they're just there for the taking.
we might not be able to tell as much since the gap is so wide, but TGH does have the ability to make up pretty decent time in here with the beams, as long as he keeps them. riiyak's got to do this a little bit slower in here. Really anywhere that's where you can low beam, walk by them. Can't do that, so see riiyak has to stop a little bit there. Not a huge deal, but
yeah, it's just this part's not too high risk. They both know what they're doing here. It's when we get to the bot bridge where things start to get spicy.
oh, Tej missed the low beam. riiyak's
riiyak.
knocked around.
Yeah, 2 hits from that bot. That's scary. And going through the skull bubble room here without beams does lose you a little bit of time because you get that knockback, but it's maybe a second total, I think.
Yeah, it's not much at all. Sounds about right. riiyak does not get his 50 bag, which might make him sort of happy because now he knows he can just take life in here and not risk death. Assuming he doesn't get hit by one of these. Okay, now we gotta be a little careful.
Yeah, he's either just gonna take it for safety or he's gonna kill every single bot. Oh no.
Yeah, that would have been where you would have taken it to right after that kill.
Did not see that happening.
Yeah, just a slight, it looked like maybe a sword cancel or just an extra misstep too far forward before the stab on that 5th. I think it was the 5th out of what would have been 6 to kill him.
Well, if you don't want to die in the first palace, but it gives you plenty of time to make up for it in case things really go sideways.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna phase him too much, but it does. Yeah, he's probably a little upset about it, I would say.
Something like that can leave you feeling like you're going to be behind all race. If he's got an eye on what's going on, that might help a little.
Oh, TGH taking a couple bops of his own, making it interesting. riiyak gets the first bag. Now both runners only need 1 bag for attack 4.
That keeps the door open, but that's the one that I think, again, riiyak has a bit of a manipulation for. I don't know if he did it perfectly there or if he just got lucky, but...
Go back. Okay, Tej in trouble now.
He's going for it. He don't care about the fairy. He doesn't want to lose any time here.
Yeah, if you play properly, you're not going to take damage from anything that bots, so that's probably where his logic is.
And
Bots
riiyak
can just be random.
riiyak got double bag, so he's good to go. No attack 3 there.
Nice, I missed the drop, but yeah. That is 3 attack 4 runs tonight for riiyak, and TGH does not.
No, you would. I think you'd rather lose a turn in P1 than leave with attack 3 if you had to choose between the two.
Right, I would agree with you there too. So interesting, though, that you say that, because each of them has a kind of a benefit and I guess a non-benefit leaving the palace. So that's what I mean, a non-benefit. But
yeah, they each have their thorn.
Yeah, I think Tej is going to end up still being in the lead here once we get the trophy on riiyak's side, but the attack levels are going to be different, so that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks to see both runners not get the same. That's why it was so nice to see 4 runs earlier. It's just as nice if they're both attack 3 runs, I guess, but it's a little bit of a RNG type advantage. Nonetheless.
And riiyak will get to call his shots with the levels pretty much his own way the whole way, rest of the way. That was a lot of ways.
Yeah. And yeah, TGH gonna have a very slight lead here. But that likely won't last long, but there are still encounters to deal with before Death Mountain.
Right, and the extra damage riiyak has taken might come into play. Jump Cave can be a bother sometimes. So, Just, since you've been around this speedrun for pretty much forever, how do you feel, like, because you've seen tons of finals, so what do you feel about this one so far, like, historically, compared to the others? Maybe even including the one last year?
Trying to remember, this is, I guess, the fourth one I've watched, I think. Let me think. Maybe the fifth one. I think it's the fourth one I've been a part of. I don't know if I can remember the first one I watched, it was so long ago, but most hype one I can remember. I think we had, I'm trying to think. So last year it was me and riiyak. I can't really like comment on how hype my own race was. Like, I don't know. I think we had Anti and Rez the year before that, which was actually really a sick matchup. Anti hasn't really played much, I think, the past year or so, but another Z2 veteran. And I want to say the year before that was probably your classic Simple versus JN matchup, which probably was pretty hype, but again, we're talking a few years ago at this point. It's hard to remember. This one lives up to it. I mean, this whole bracket's really, we've had some really good races, not just here in the finals. I mean, we had a really close one last week, and the week before.
Yeah, there's definitely been some very good competition here. It's I know there's been a lot of different runners over time, but my knowledge was basically going through and riiyak took the pre-Bagu encounter. That's a bit rough.
Yeah.
My experience, because this is the first tournament I've watched or participated in, and just going back through some of the old records, and there's a lot of old names and there's some new ones too. And I remember you and riiyak were, I think, two of the few that have been in all 4 tournaments. So I thought maybe you'd have something.
I can't remember when riiyak started. Yeah, he's been. Let's see, he got his. Yeah, I mean, obviously he was in last year and he was in the year before. I can't remember. Was he around 4 years ago? I can't remember.
I think he was the 17 seed. And I don't know. That's about all I remember.
It's hard to remember when everyone jumps on. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, yeah, most of those runners you see in those older tournaments. I mean, a lot of people move on. You can probably still find videos from a lot of those old runners too, and a lot of them. You'll see names of people who've like contributed strats in this run that we do still to this day, like Dazzle. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if Dazzle was ever in any of the tournaments, to be fair, but another like OG runner.
Yeah, there's a lot of contributors and a lot of bits and pieces here, and it's fun to think that maybe someday you can do something to kind of contribute to it. That somebody might be talking about your strat someday in the future. There's probably still some strats left.
Oh, I'm
can
sure.
Be found.
I mean, someone, what was it, Unos and Digshake, or Digshake and Unos, whatever order you want to put it in, found that the whole gem edging thing, it's more of a randomizer. They found it in randomizer, but it can be used in certain categories, and it's something like I feel like should have been discovered 30 years ago, but it maybe was, but no one had documented anything of it. Yeah, there's the whole doing stabs to manipulating counters. That's fairly new still. That wasn't around when I started.
Was that Rep who figured that out? I just remember them being called Rep stabs, so I assume.
It's kind of, so like we kind of always knew. Like, we call them that because, like, Rep would always, like, for example, Rep's in chat, he can probably explain it better than me, but, like, if you get the heart before P6, and if you ferry that heart and you leave the screen too fast, you, like, always take an encounter on the way to P6, and we always knew, like, stuff like that. Or, like, for example, going to Bagu, if you, like, lose time in that last cave before you go outside, we always would get, like, bad encounters. Like, Rez would always say, like, you're screwed if you take a hit in there or whatever. And it was true. We didn't know why. We didn't like put the two pieces together, I guess, till a little later, I guess, when Lordo kind of broke some stuff open with doing all those stabs to manipulate time on the screen, like the desert encounters, going to Reflect Town, stuff like that. And we just kind of use it almost everywhere at this point, so pretty cool. Fairy Claws, I think, was discovered right when I started running this game. That's a small strat, but people used to have to try to do super jump to get up there, or just go around the long way.
I didn't Highlander discover that strat.
He did. And
doesn't use it.
He hates that strat. Fairy Feet was also discovered. Maybe it's probably 2 or 3 years ago at this point, but still relative to how old the game is. How long people have been running this game. I mean, I think people like Simple and JN have been running it since at least 2012 or 13, maybe even before that. I know Simple's like been playing the game probably like forever, but summer 2016 is that for Fairy Feet?
I guess the time kind of blends together when you get to it, especially with like the off seasons with the game and so on.
Right. I mean, everyone runs it at their own pace too. I certainly, I started running this game in like late 2016, but like I certainly don't run it every day or every week or every month, so I take breaks, so. But you do also learn a lot by watching other people and absorbing information, talking about strats and stuff, visualizing what you're gonna do.
Right. I think myself, I've watched this game tons more than I've played it. And I mean, I feel like my own execution tends to be off, but the strats are all in my head. Like, I haven't practiced them that much to know what they are. I just have seen it over and over, and it's ingrained in my mind now.
It's kind of half the battle. That was a weird but cool looking double hit by TGH right there. I don't know if you really can call it a double hit, but...
Well, I got the job done.
He does have a bag waiting for him, so...
riiyak is just inched up a little bit. It's, I mean, there's still the attack, or there's no longer the attack difference now, but the experience difference in P2 is probably be a bit of a time adjustment there as well.
Yeah, you generally don't see too much variance from top tier runners in DM with the attack level difference. It's not much of a difference at all, but like you said, P2, he's got almost 1,000 XP lead on, or 800 XP lead on him right now, so...
Yeah, Death Mountains, at least in this particular run, is a level that when you start out is a pain. You're always worried about losing lives there and stuff. And then after a while, it's kind of like a cruise. Like, you don't sleepwalk it, but it's a bit of a lull over the course of the entire run.
There's a lot of... That's one of the things about this run. You gotta, like, keep focused. There's a lot of downtime.
Yeah, there's a lot of towns, and there's a lot of overworld sequences, which are just as important as anything. But, you can only walk down the road so long, I suppose, without your mind wanting to wander. And talking about the time that people have put into this game and stuff, and that's kind of the highlight again how new TGH is to this game and how far he's pushed it in such a little time. I think it's been 4 or 5 months now since he picked up the game, and here he is in the finals of the tournament of the category that's the classic category for this game.
Yeah, I think he's probably, I mean, at least since I've been around, he's probably been the one that's picked up the game the fastest, or at least taken it that far the fastest. I mean, everyone learns differently, and everyone, puts in different amounts of, or like how they practice and whatnot, so it's different for everyone, but it is pretty impressive to see that kind of progress in that short amount of time. Nice boulder dash from riiyak. T's gonna go the cat's tile here. We're gonna be just about synced. riiyak
to answer Eunice's question, I don't actually know if he's discovered anything specifically, but my experience with watching TGH from the Celeste days, I've followed him for quite a while, is that he tends to be extremely good at execution, and a lot of the stuff he develops tends to be small tweaks. But a lot of what he does is just he just rounds things off and just masters the tactics. Like, you know, there's a classic speedrunner thing. Are you someone who develops strats? Or are you someone who just executes the game 100%? That he's, you know, A+ on the execution. I've aware of some stuff he's developed over there, not necessarily anything here, but everything he's come across, he's been able to just master in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I see certain like small things he does with certain, just like certain stuff in combat that you don't see. And riiyak has done some of that stuff too. And it's just like little thing, maybe not necessarily like better strats for things, but just like strats that work for the specific runner better. You know, everyone kind of does. There's a lot of things that everyone does a little bit differently, which is why it's really good to watch all kinds of different runners if you want to learn really any speed game, I guess. But I've noticed that with this game, I learn, you know, some people do this room like this, some people do, or, you know, where they stand in the overworld, how they manipulate certain encounters, whatever.
Right. And I mean, there's little things like that in this game too that can be random. Like TGH just snuck by the lead there with the random spawn, and riiyak got one right in the face. You know, little things like that in this game can matter a lot, but then sometimes it's just that, which, as far as I know, there's no way to manipulate that.
Like 2 seconds apart, something like that.
riiyak does have an extra level in, and again, P2 is gonna put some extra pressure on TGH, but I think his experience is fine as long as he you know, kills everything he has to kill.
I didn't see what his first drop was, but he already got at least one bag. I think he actually probably has 2, judging by how much XP he has. So he's already on his way. He should be fine to get the attack level for sure.
And you know, so I'd have to watch it again to remember, but I do remember he didn't do the step left around like most people do from Shield Town through the boulder there.
It's because he does it earlier in the walk. He just does it when he leaves Shield Town. You can't change how that walk is, because you have to waste the exact right amount of steps to get the graveyard one to not. So when TGH leaves Shield Town, he just walks left, down, and right, instead of doing it like after or right before the boulder, doing that left, down, right. So it's the same essentially.
Okay, so I didn't see the beginning of it when I saw the second race, so it was probably just a matter of it looked, because I only saw the last half, that looked like he skipped something.
Yeah, it's the same thing everyone does. Like when you set up for the Bagoo walk, you see like some people will go like up, down, and like some people go left, right, or some people will actually just like walk all the way to the left and then come back to the right or whatever and like do like a little circle. It's all the same amount of steps, it just looks different. Alright, well, what do we got here? We got a back spawn. We got a ferry. Alright, riiyak actually went up around the ferry, which ended up being the right decision. He could have risked it. TGH gonna get
he made it all the way. riiyak had to take a half and a full encounter. He's still not there yet. I don't want to jinx him.
That looks good. He's clean the rest of the way.
And the big thing at the beginning of the P2 is always just trying to not take hits so you can have beams for that bot lava room, although it didn't seem to phase riiyak at all last race. Cast life after, in the room after, so he could have beams there instead of there.
That's too scary for me. I'm beaming up every time. And he loses them, unfortunately, but... actually, yeah, his XP is probably too low to get life, so... We might just see him do the same thing he did last run and just go through there, no beams. still quite a ways away, so hard to tell.
Yeah, if you can get comfortable there without beams, that's great, because dodging damage in some of these early rooms is just too much to rely on. Especially rooms with a bunch of bots and even those ropes shooting the stuff at you. If you line that stuff up wrong, it can he'll come back and hit you. And Jadagal, no, he did not get. He got double jarred in P1. So he's been playing extremely well though, despite that, and has still kept his lead up on riiyak when we might have thought it would have went the other way.
Yeah, neither runner got the cave bag, and riiyak just got the double bags in the palace, so... Such is Zelda 2. Alright, here we go, fun room. TGH has beams. Doesn't... Use them there. Nice. Gets through. Here's riiyak.
Alright, first bot took care of his own business. Decided he didn't want to hang around, and riiyak gets through clean as well. And riiyak has beams specifically for that skull bubble, just to get no problems there.
One of the coolest looking strats in the game to skip an enemy.
Yeah, absolutely. The beams and the skull bubbles, you know, that's one of those things that the more you watch the top players, you just keep seeing it happen over and over, and you want to learn it too.
Alright, so let's see TGH kill these Iron Knuckles. riiyak actually might still kill one of them. Not again? Okay.
Yeah, and what TGH was doing there, if you're not familiar, I was really just trying to get rid of that bot so it didn't despawn the second knuckle, because he wants that experience.
Yeah. riiyak, on the other hand, doesn't care about the second one. He's just going to take attack and get out. TGH did cast life there. He was down to 1 heart, so good choice to sacrifice the fairy cast and just use life there.
Yeah, despite the looks, riiyak did catch up a little bit in that room, because he took attack 5. It ate up most of that time, but that's time that will come back to him shortly.
Oh! Got hit by the Moa. That's not good.
That Moa is such a pain. It's lovely when you can get rid of it, but neither runner was able to do that this time.
Yeah, he did get his jar though, so gets the life cast. I think he was hoping he wouldn't have to take life 3, because now it'll give some more enemies. Take that in P3 instead.
The strats in this Chewy room can be kind of fun, especially to somebody who's new to the game, to just watch and see how they kind of jump through the hammers here.
Oh! Missed the key. Key hitboxes are impossible. Nice. Both runners nailing it.
Yeah, we're almost right back to sync again.
riiyak edging out a slight lead. Fortunately, he got that downstab on the block. I think Yunus mentioned that in the first race.
And he has TGH has taken a lot of hits here too, and he has he can't even dig for the jar at this point. He'd have to hope for a drop, I think, and I don't think he has one coming.
Yeah, not sure where the drop is. 1 hit from Helmet Head, I believe, is a kill at that much health. See if he wants to go safe kill or just do the way he's... I think both runners have had flawless Helmet Heads both runs up to now, so we'll see. But, of course, as I say that, there's riiyak getting hit. And, okay.
Yeah, TGH had no problem whatsoever, so no concerns there. And Magic 2 was on purpose. riiyak normally does. Some runners do. Some of them put it off till P3. It kind of doesn't. It's just about how you like to do it, I suppose.
If you have attack 4 out of P1, you can do whatever you want with Magic 2 and life up to life 3, really. Tej is pretty much restricted to keeping Magic 1 and life 2 up until where he is now. Now he can start taking them.
If you're wondering, riiyak was attempting to do a level fanfare cancel with his paws in P2 and sitting on that square, but he left a little early and ended up having to eat the entire fanfare, so it kind of backfired.
He did get 2 out of 3 on the night, though, so...
Which is great, as long as the third isn't a soft lock.
Fair. Oh, wouldn't that be a way for this race to happen, like, to go? I think, I can't speak for the runners, but I think if someone's soft locked, they might want to do a do-over. But who knows?
That would be pretty depressing. That's a good point, Cubs rule. They probably are completely tight at this point, just based off of how long the fanfare will take when TGH gets that second magic level.
He's down, but that's it. Or he didn't grab the one up in the graveyard, did he? I actually don't remember.
No,
I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did not. That would have been a huge difference. Oh yeah, absolutely, Joe Big Toe. It was at about 35 seconds in the first race that TGH won, and then riiyak won by 7 seconds in the second one, and
yeah,
here we are in the third, and we got about a 4-second difference at the moment. We didn't really say much about it, but overall, TGH just had an excellent attack 3 run there. riiyak had some issues, which kind of slowed him down, but nothing too major. And TGH just did about everything he could hope for with attack 3 through that.
Both runners saying nope. I don't think TGH tried for whatever was in the statue, and then riiyak says, I don't even want to kill that guy. Oh, that's going to be fine, though. Getting the level ups.
Yeah, knowing you're getting Magic 2 in that next screen, there's no reason to really mess with that statue.
Yeah, he's going to take 3 as well. Very shortly. Oh, gotta be a little careful.
There's a very small strat in that room they just left, where if you jump over the first iron suit, it can despawn one of the Mews. And riiyak did that, and TGH didn't, and TGH hit one of the Mews, and riiyak got through it free. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that might have cost him, because all 4 of those Mews were just so tightly knit. Look at the key sink!
And you saw TGH got to that key and got out a lot faster. It was about 1.5 seconds that he just caught up just on the key. I hadn't seen him. I don't know if he just had the speed where he jumped off and made the 3-tile jump from the ground.
I didn't see. I just saw the very end when they just both hopped out. Both getting identical jars. That was satisfying. Now we can keep track of their drop way easier. That's the same count.
Yes, I'm gonna put you in charge of that.
That's kind of weird that they're on the same count when one of them didn't have attack 4. But I guess riiyak killed exactly 6 less enemies. Probably what it is.
Alright, gets through the blue IK no problem. Gets the magic right after casting the fairy for the perfect spell, and so does TGH. Nice. They've completely reunited on levels now. TGH only needs to basically kill one more enemy, and that in P3 doesn't really matter that much. There's plenty of experience here if you want it.
Yeah, it's never an issue. Tink. So they're both going to be at 5 coming out of the palace, which is good for your eco key drop. That means if you kill everything that's in your way, you will still be at 5 entering Palace 5. And there are 2 enemies that you can choose to skip. I prefer to be at 4 entering Palace 5 because there is always a chance that you accidentally kill that last blue Stalfos in P4, which can increment your count. So you want to, if you're at 5, or if you're like planning to be at 5 and you kill that guy by accident, then there goes your drop in P5. It's going to happen on that last Iron Knuckle. But like I said last race, I don't even think TGH cares about the drop unless he did that by accident. riiyak's going to set it up. I think they'll both set it up at this point anyway. It's good to have.
Right. You notice a small difference when they start out with Revo. riiyak is a little bit further behind than TGH. So he's not necessarily less aggressive, but he fights him in a different place.
Yeah, the corner dismount is can be actually quicker, but then it depends on... Okay. Here we go. Okay. He had the life cast.
And you saw TGH actually hit Revo a couple of times before dismounting him, which is the advantage of what he's doing. It's a lot harder to fight him dismounted in the center than in the corner, I think.
Yeah, you have a little bit less room to work with. Nice slink by riiyak. That was super close. That encounter was basically about to touch him. And TGH gets the same slink. Nice. I still don't like that spot that both of them use. You can just go one spot lower and you don't even have to slink. But to each their own. Looks way cooler that way, I guess.
As long as it works and it doesn't take more than, 0.7 seconds extra time, it's all good.
Alright, we can say goodbye to this western continent for the final time tonight, thankfully.
See ya.
Hate that place. Hate this place too, but
Z2 is fueled by hate.
It's a new place, so it's exciting.
It's like, hey, what are all these enemies? Wait, I have to cast fire? What?
Kinds of new stuff over here. riiyak, I think, has gotten fairy spawned every single time he got here. Okay, they didn't mess with him that time.
He gets through the first leg clear. That's what you want. It's the easiest one of the 3 pass through, I think, but you hit an encounter there, it's just demoralizing.
Yeah. Yoink. We've grabbed the child.
This is another very small difference between the two, but riiyak chooses to ferry up right after grabbing the items, where TGH does it a little bit earlier normally. I mean, when you have the option between the two. I think it's just maybe a 2 or 3 frame difference to do it and then ferry up afterward.
So ideally on every item except for that one, actually, it is faster to grab it as Link and then immediately turn into a fairy, because it stops your momentum, and it also, I think Link's sprite is wider than the fairy, so it actually technically grabs it a bit sooner than the fairy would. Someone might be able to correct me in chat if they're still here. But that one is actually faster to just cast Fairy as you go under that little ridge in the ceiling, because it gives you full acceleration immediately, assuming you can still grab the item with minimal extra rightward momentum, if that makes sense. I probably explained that poorly, but...
I think we got what you were saying.
blue Link.
Oh, nice. I always wanted a blue Link.
Green Link.
That's just everyday Link. Casual Link. Blink. Nice.
If there's a tie, there are no ties. Not in the world of frames. We frame count that garbage. Although I guess if they wanted to do a rematch, we could allow it. What are the odds of a tie, though? Famous last words.
Hey, all a tie means is that, you know, both teams played well. Good job. Everybody wins.
Oh, it technically could be possible if they did tie it to the frame, but that would be exceptionally unlikely. Riiak's got a slight lead here. 10 seconds, maybe. Maybe even a little more than that. We'll see. 22 leaving that house there. Yeah, Riiyak will have to skip at least one death abuse in P4. I forgot to look when Riiyak was leaving, so I started talking. It doesn't matter. They're very close.
And this stretch up here can be a bit annoying, so we could see quite a bit of a change just based on how this goes.
Yeah, both of them have had decent walks, I think, both runs so far on this part, so we'll see if that keeps on keeping on. Going for a slink. Nice! Okay, like, all 3 times, Riiyak got that guy to walk up into him at the exact same spot on every run. So I'm not sure if that's just, like, need to, like, adjust the timing thing there. Gets there. Oh, doesn't get there. I thought he was gonna get there.
Yeah, and just as I said, that TGH is now in the lead. Just kind of snuck right by there.
Yeah,
just,
that last encounter, just right by the bridge. Thought he was golden. So 2 for Riiyak, and I think 1 for TGH.
And that's all it takes. And I think Riiyak paused a bit longer, too, on his slink attempts, which accounted for a little bit as well. Both runners in what I like to call the Schmitty room. It's the room that Schmitty will ferry through because he hates it so much.
This room doesn't even have a ceiling. Why? This ain't no room.
Well, you know, I mean, it's got giant mountain walls, so it's something.
All right, fair. It's a weird one because it's got just like 3 enemies, but they're all just single random different enemies.
It looks like we got about 5.5 second difference at this point. Which again, Riiyak will have to take one. Well, he can't take all of the death abuses, to put it that way. TGH might choose to skip the first. It's not uncommon in a race.
Yeah, and Riiyak skipped that Moa entering the palace, setting his count, so it will be 4 leaving here. Assuming he kills the red Stalfos, which I would assume he will. Not this one that TGH just jumped over, but the one later.
Another just random thing to point out, but TGH does most of the 4-tile jumps. Doesn't worry about casting jump, just does it. There's a couple he doesn't try, like the Canada hole one, but like this one I haven't seen him cast jump in forever, and I don't see him fall. So, which I can safely say now that he's done it all 3 times today.
Yeah, I only use it usually on the Canadian hole, although on that one, on the bridge, if you're going to take the death abuse, it's literally free to use it other than the pause, so I pretty much just do that one just to be safe. But P6, I mean, I wish I could be confident enough to not do it over the Canada hole, because they could ferry the cross, but, that's too dangerous. Not that it's hard, it's just, like, it's hard to, you know, if you mess that up, it's like a minute time loss, so...
You know, so I might be referring to like the Crumble Bridge up there. I think that has the same jump trajectory as the 4-tile jump, so I might just be lumping them all together.
I think it does. But again, that one, well, he didn't take the death abuse, but it's still kind of free to use if you don't ferry the item. It's still free to use jump there. I don't think he was going to mess with it this run. He had it, was that him that had the trouble in there 2 runs ago? I can't remember. One of them had trouble with candle jumps in one of the runs. It's already been too long. But yeah. The Canadian hole is called that, I believe. I don't know the exact year, but I think it was like one of the... I think it might have been the first tournament or something. We have a lot of Canadian runners of this game, or... I think the number might have gone down for active runners currently, but I think a lot of them just fell into that hole during races during that tournament, so it got dubbed that. I could be off on my my storytelling there, but something along those lines.
Yes, the name is actually not an insult to Canada, surprisingly.
Their fault. They kept falling in. That was before my time when it got named that. It was already named that when I started playing, so.
Yeah, someone who doesn't run this game and doesn't even like it told me that story, so.
Really? Just, that's how far the reach has gotten for the Canadian hole.
He's also not Canadian, so there's really no reason that you should know that.
Riiyak doing the nice short hops over the Stelfo, so he gets that nice little down stab. So beautiful.
And just pardon me while I sneak into your hitbox.
No way, Cubs. I don't think anyone could have a worse character than that ever. Should send that to the Guinness Book of World Records. They'd probably accept it if there was a category. I mean, it can be worse if you just die, but... I assume you mean without dying. Oh! Riiyak doing a little extra sculpting there. Nice.
Yeah, trim the bushes a little too close. Yeah, I don't know if this has been mentioned before, but Riiyak has been working on manipulation for Karak too. He's just a couple of things he's been working on, and although I think the manipulation is designed to eliminate bad ones and not necessarily create good opportunities, because most people will take an average Karak, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. And yeah, Riiyak forgot about that. Riiyak had a sick Karak in the first race. And then TGH had the super unsick one in the second race, so we've seen it all.
That's a good point, Cubs. TGH has really extended his lead in this palace. He's doing extremely well right now.
Safe jump over the blue Stelfos there. That's the guy I was talking about. You can sometimes accidentally get him with a down stab if you do that strat. Not really your fault if it happens, it just means you stabbed him and then he jumped. He jumped for Riiyak, but he didn't get the kill. So I'll shut up. Going pretty well so far. Yeah, that was pretty good. Average to good, for sure, on that fight. Let's see where Riiyak gets. He gets hit. He gets hit again. He is not quite getting... Not going well. Need hits. There we go. Last two.
I'd say TGH had I would say that's a little above average, and riiyak was average to below average there.
Yeah. Definitely, unfortunately, lost some time there. To the game. Alright. No one's missed Eco Key yet. Don't let the time be now. Or, if you're rooting for a close race, you want TGH to miss it, and riiyak to make it. But here we go. I don't think either of them are going to miss it. It's too much of a muscle memory trick for runners like this at this point. Yeah.
Right. I was going to say, but I decided to wait till after it was done. I haven't seen TGH fail in Nico Key in pretty much since he started learning it.
Yeah, if you're consistent with inputs, it's pretty run of the mill. Really, it's not frame perfect or anything. It's not really even close. Leaves the jar. Quick synchronizing Eco Key on my screen. I don't know about you guys, but riiyak gets it. Oh, and a quick key grab as well for TGH, so very good start to P5. riiyak getting that bot dripper. I will let him know if he watches the restream after the race that if you do a rising crouch stab when that bot drip is coming down, you will kill the bot every time. And it looks cool.
Yeah, you made that sound very cool.
It's like the perfect timing. Like, as long as you didn't lose time in that room or whatever, it always like hits the ground right as your knife is coming out at you. So it's just like a perfect kill. riiyak taking some hits in there, but gets out. Gonna definitely cast life here. Probably twice. Actually, no, he can't afford a second one. Gotta cast jump.
Alright, we'll see if they continue to choose different paths here. You do have the choice here around the middle of P5 whether or not to go for the flute first or to get the key, and TGH chooses to get the key first. I think riiyak has been picking the flute. The flute is usually the normal play. I'm sure TGH has a specific reason for doing it. Normally the eastern route as he's going is useful if you're very short on magic and life and need a refill.
Yeah, I go key first because that's how I learned, and I am too dumb to change it up at will and like not forget to go get the other thing afterwards. So
then maybe the way I'm saying that is just because I've learned it recently, and it was how I decided whether or not to go one way.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally like have a jar on the in the room riiyak's in now, so you can, if you wanted to get that earlier, you go that way. If you want to save it for later, that's kind of the TGH. I don't think either of them even went for that jar, but there is a jar in that room. Or sorry, not the room riiyak was in. The room upstairs by the key that TGH was just in. Excuse me. It looks the same. riiyak probably will end up grabbing that jar.
And that would be something of the advantage of doing that later, is that normally you've fought everything, and now you can decide if you still need the refill or not. You can skip it. Saves, 2 seconds?
What saves 2 seconds? I missed what you said.
Oh, skipping the jar in the room riiyak.
Oh, yeah. Probably, but I'd say if you need the refill, it's certainly worth, yeah. And he's certainly gonna take it so he can get some more life back. Magos are not being kind.
TGH going through the one approved glitch where we just walk through the wall there.
As for your question, Cubs, I've always said Ferrari. But I have no idea how it's actually pronounced. In fact, now that I say it out loud, I don't know if I've ever said that word out loud before. I've probably just said it in my head every time I read it in a Zelda game. So, I don't know. It kind of sounded weird coming out of my mouth.
Maybe it's something like Ferrari. Ferrari.
It could be Ferrari. I don't know. I always say Ferrari in my head. It's probably totally wrong.
I mean, if it were a sage or something named after a town from this game, we'd all know how to pronounce it.
That's not true, because we all pronounce Mito and Mito differently. Although, that wasn't actually one of the sages, technically. But it is a town name.
Well, that's why no one bothers to pronounce it correctly.
How do you pronounce Shield Town?
Shield Town?
No, I mean the actual name for it. Because I always say Raru, like it's spelled, but I have been told that it is actually pronounced Rauru, which rhymes with Naburu. So I don't actually know.
Wow, TGH knocks Guma straight out of the screen. Oh, having
Whoa.
some issues again.
Careful. Okay. We good. Riiyak grabbing that 50. Oh, we missed the block. I don't think Riiak's gonna have a life cast. Should be okay, just want to avoid any unnecessary damage. I don't know why he... Does he have a drop here? Oh, okay, that's why. Never mind. Smart man. I was like, why is he killing this thing?
Furoru. Interesting. Riiyak continues to win the Guma fights. Took care of him pretty quick there as well.
Yeah, that was nice. I think he got hit only once.
And that's about 34 seconds. So it looks like P5 was pretty neutral for both runners.
Alright, now for our fun, big, fun, happy overworld segment. Everyone loves it. I don't know why they didn't use Kasudo as something in Ocarina of Time, because I think that's the coolest name out of any of the towns, but that's just me. It just rolls off your tongue. Kasuto.
I think Saria actually sounds like a name. That might be the only one that I would say. Oh, that's a name.
Yeah. Saria? Maria and Saria?
Maria and Saria. There you go.
Alright, we're grabbing the boring fire spell. Oh,
what is it?
I had to adjust a little bit.
What is even the name of this town? I don't know.
This is Naburu.
Oh. I don't... Oh, TGH almost showed us. I only know that town as WEL.
Oh, he gets the large encounter again. Yep, same thing. That hitbox is weird on those, so you gotta let him get a little bit closer, but not quite that close, because then on the back end, that like bottom right corner of his leg just gets you. Oh, Riiyak went the wrong way. Happens to the best of us. I saw it.
Yeah, someone mentioned fatigue earlier, and there might be a little bit of that in this. The pace they're on, I think, might be, assuming everything goes well from here on out, might be the slowest pace of the 3 races. But that isn't because they're not trying. It's Just some bad stuff has happened along the way.
It's a lot of Zelda 2, also, like in a row. I mean, these guys have been playing Zelda 2 since 8 o'clock Eastern time. It's midnight, so, you know, we had a couple breaks in between each race, but it's a lot of holding left on the D-pad and whatnot. Gets the Lordo walk, finally! That's the third attempt for TGH, and he got it this time. Clean. All the way to the cave. And gets the jar for his troubles. Very nice. See what riiyak does here.
Yeah, that encounterless walk, it's with the lead already. This could be breaking it open right now. I have to imagine that he is pumped.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd just be super anxious. I just remember racing riiyak last year. I was basically high anxiety the entire time. Both these runners are super consistent, honestly. So, like, even, you know, you always make mistakes, and then it's your ability to not let them snowball in a run like this and just keep going that really separates you in a race, so...
Yes, very good point. We the real tiebreaker, in case somehow this does get to be that point, will be the fan vote of the poses, and here we have TGH.
Oh, he goes with what riiyak did in the first race. Is that going to dock him points? I don't know.
That's the perfect 10 for me, the reverse upstab.
Yeah, but that's like, what if someone dunked from the free throw line right after Jordan did it? Like, I mean, do you give him the same score for, like, copying the dunk? I don't know. It's still, I guess it's still impressive, right?
If you do exactly what somebody does right after them, that's worth more, because you just shown them up.
Trav says 11 out of 10. What if you got 4 points for a field goal past 50 yards, Elhot? Just random question for you right there. That's Elhot, my boy in chat right there. I saw you. Oh, riiyak missed the key. They're both ferrying an item at the same time, but it's a different item. It's interesting.
but truthfully, if you do the exact same reverse upstab pose, it would be whoever was closest to the ground when they hit spell, I think.
But on the rise or on the fall? Because I think it's...
On the fall, of course.
Okay. Might be harder to do it on the rise, because you gotta, like, jump and then quickly hit select. Like, you gotta claw that, you know? Unless you got really fast thumb. Going from A to select there. I don't know. I'm not in chat, so I can't judge. I'm just throwing out facts. Both slings for TG. Well, you got a backspawn in the first one. But very nicely done. I think that slink gave him trouble both of the last races. The second one.
Yeah, I think this entire segment has been a bit of redemption from the last race, at least, where there was just quite a bit of stuff happening that got in the way.
Oh, it's Lizzie not letting riiyak past.
Yeah, and riiyak's having some of the opposite right now, just a lot of bumping into things and not getting jar drops, not getting encounter skips.
Alright, does the 3 stab. Should be set up here. Ooh, it looked good. I thought he had it timed right. The encounter on the side got him, I think, though. Oof. I think that one he was so committed to the slink tunnel vision, he could have actually just gone to the right and then back down. It was open. I actually never see stuff like that when I'm doing runs. It's really weird. Like, I never, like, focus on which direction the encounters are coming from. I only look at the one I'm gonna be focusing on for the slink or whatever, so I feel like I miss that stuff all the time unless I'm watching. jar for TGH.
Yeah, just to follow up what I was mentioning before with the 4 tile jumps, he did obviously cast jump there because that's the one that's the scariest to not do, I think. But he did not take the damage boost over the hole there that riiyak just crossed, and he just killed the IK straight out and jumped it.
Yeah, I don't like doing that damage boost myself, just because I don't like intentionally taking damage mainly, but you can also mess it up and the knife can send you into that pit anyway. It's happened to me only once, and I think it's pretty rare. Like, you have to, like, really screw it up, but
Right.
I just rather would kill him. Unless, if is gonna make the XP level screen pop up, then I won't do it, because it really just interrupts your jump right there.
That's a good point. You don't need that sort of stuff to get in your way.
Alright, riiyak also getting the jar. Nice. Is that what does it, Elha? The fast throw? Yeah, I don't even know, like... It's only happened to me once, and I've probably only seen it to happen to someone, like, a few times, so... I don't even know. I think TGH got ceiling walk, though. Easy.
Nice. He's got the LI-6.
Fire strats. Missed that beam on one of them for the fire.
I think it's he had to slow down because of where the Mew was, and that threw off that last fireball.
It's Arnak's rolling in. 4 minutes. Aha, sweat. Rail grind. I've been alive for nearly 36 years or something. I mean, are we... Is it a contest? Are we just saying things that we've done for time?
Wow, you're old.
Yeah, man. Or was I lying? Double ceiling walks in the same race. Let's go. I wanted to see that all last tournament. Not last all keys tournament, the NMG tournament. Finally happened. Thank you. I am like 5. You guys can, like, I mean, I can just say I'm almost that age, but you don't have to believe me. Alright, here we go. Burba.
And there's the occasional extremely bad Barba fight, but for the most part, it's 1 cycle or 2.
Nice.
Yeah, super clean by TGH.
Riiak's got 1 Rebo to clean up, and then the Barba fight himself. He's gonna need some help, certainly, if he wants to get back into this.
Yeah,
But
this
the
is
end of this game
quite
is
a
where you
lead.
can get the help. Yeah.
I never want to take VOD for granted. VOD itself might be worse than GP.
For real. I mean, you can easily lose 45 seconds in VOD on just everything going wrong, or only really a few things going wrong.
And a bad VOD can make a bad GP. You waste too many resources getting there.
Yeah. I think we all jokingly say that P1 is the hardest part of the run. And I mean, that has clout, it's fair, but like, the real hardest part of the run is everything after P6, I think, so. It's also the most fun part, in my opinion. Barba is down. Nice rhythmic fight again from riiyak.
It looks like TGH has about a full minute lead right now.
Alright, here we go. The bridges. My least favorite part of VOD is the bridges here, and it's not even in VOD. Gets through that one.
Yeah, seeing him get through that, there were so many close calls with projectiles right next to those holes. That was great.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Alright, so he's gonna probably take the life cast. I'm sure he knows his lead. He might even want to take the jar. We'll see. Back spawn. Oh, he did not get it. Door is creaking open. Yeah, this is what happens when you miss that skip. Okay, he does get them to come back.
Yeah, I gotta love those random cross spawns.
I swear that's the worst skip in VOD. If you miss that one, it's like, it can be real bad. He got out of there quickly, though. I think he did get that one. Just barely. riiyak crossing the bridges himself here. No hits yet. Okay, nice. Gets the back spawn on that one. Clean. Is he gonna go for the slink again? He did, but he missed it. Not a big deal if you miss it. You get the road encounter you normally would take anyway.
Right, the only way to really mess that up is if you end up taking a cross encounter.
Yeah, that would be pretty unlikely. I've probably done it. But you have to walk probably an extra tile.
Looked like Scorpion Max there wanted to tighten
Dude,
up a little bit.
riiyak just like was clipped into the corner of that block to get back up onto it. I don't know if anyone saw that. I thought he was in the lava. That was insane. He was like below, like his foot was below the top of the fucking block. Excuse me for swearing. I do that sometimes. I guess I'm allowed to on this channel. Close one. Alright. TGH is in. Looks like he only took one hit. I actually didn't see where the hit happened.
Oh, the hit was Max. That's what I was looking at when you saw that block clip. And it looks like riiyak got the same. Oh, it's gotten worse.
Oh no! Oh, that was a drop. He probably wishes he knew that was his drop. I was worried that his XP was too high and that was going to trigger the level, but it wasn't anyway. Even if it was not a drop. Alright, he's going to go spell on that last one. Hot with the clutch clip. Floating riiyak. Alright, he's going to be 59.20. Little bit lower. 59.30 is kind of usually the lowest you want to be.
That's actually an interesting number because that red Faka that you come up to quickly can sometimes just ask for you to kill it.
Yeah, that's true. And you can get that 70 off of it. So that probably actually what riiyak wants to happen, but he's not going to go out of his way to get it, I don't think. Taking some hits. Yeah, so he doesn't cast Fairy that time over that because his magic is so low. And unfortunately takes 2 hits and casts life. Spicy's always a jerk. Yeah, here's TGH does not want to get this kill. riiyak probably does want to get that kill if possible. But it's not a big deal if he doesn't, so...
Yeah, I think the only enemy that you come across that is hard to not kill are the ropes. But you can still dodge them pretty easily.
Yeah, if you use this room that TGH is in right now, if you just slight hesitation after jumping over the first one, the rest of the room is fine. If you don't want to kill them. Goes for the jar, gets it first try. It's gonna give him a little bit of breathing room.
And getting hit by one of those raws gave him a little bit more breathing room on his experience, too.
The odd number is nice there because you can kill that next rope now. Not worry if it's a drop or not. Or, you know, hopefully it's not, so then he's at 90. riiyak does not... Oh, he doesn't want it anymore. I forgot. Yeah, he killed some Ra in the last room to get his XP up a little bit more.
Yeah, that might be the only time that losing experience is ever good.
Nice. Oh, Riiyak wants this jar because he needs it for jump. I was like, what is he doing? But yeah, he needed magic for this room. Well, I guess you technically don't need jump in this room, but good luck without it.
You missed the first quantum leap. That one's the one it's okay to miss. You really don't want to miss the second.
Nice.
You got through just fine.
Alright, TGH ferrying the final chicken. He's got plenty of health. He's got his XP set up perfectly.
Yeah, he's just about in best case scenario going in.
And he's on borderline 75 pace, which I think the first two races he got 75s as well. That's pretty impressive. Elod, please. I didn't make that. Who wrote that? I didn't write that. TGH getting a little overzealous. Stabs, okay. Alright. Gets out of there. Riiyak hopping down the final hole himself. Already took the magic level. Actually didn't see where he took it.
That's a terrible bot blow.
Yeah,
up there.
wow.
The one just shot right at him.
You never see them go that far out. I think in his head he's like, that's not gonna hit me, that's not gonna hit me. And then it hit him anyway. Could have probably upstabbed it, I guess, but...
The game knows what's going on, just wanted to kind of rub it in there.
And the Thunderbird was not quite fast enough for Tej to pull off a 75, but if he gets this last hit, which he does... What does race time say? 1:16:06? As Riiyak took a death, I presumed a Thunderbird. I missed the very end there.
Yeah, GG's to TGH. This will be the victory for the best out of 3 and is our 2020 Zelda 2 All Keys Tournament champion.
Yeah, Riiak's going to be right behind him here. Let's finish off T-Bird. Hell of a tournament for everyone. And Riiyak coming up just a little short again. And no doubt in my mind he's going to be back next year.
Right, this will be the second straight runner-up for Riiyak, but in the last 4 years, he's the only person to make the finals 2 years and 2 years total out of those 4 years. So that's pretty impressive on its own.
Yeah, I think we've had, yeah, that's right. We've had like totally different matchups like every year.
Riiak's making the Dark Link fight interesting.
Let's go. This is fast. This is pretty fast. Yo.
Nice.
I can't clap because I'm holding push to talk, but like, clap, 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 clap. That was a good Dark Link. That was really fast, actually, for fighting him legit like that.
That's absolutely awesome.
Like, go try to do that if you own this game. I don't think you'll do it as fast as he just did. That was sick.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing. That's crazy. But yeah, he finishes with a 77. Obviously, be a little bit disappointed with the time, but he did an absolutely great race and didn't get the best out of 3, but won the second round and just put up a heck of a fight through this entire tournament.
Crazy. Who's there?
Hi.
Oh, someone really quiet. I think it's TGH.
Let me
Hello, we do have TGH in now.
I think you fixed something real quick.
GG's. I'm gonna drag Riiyak in as well. Hello, TG's to you both.
Morning.
Yeah, TGH,
Hey,
we
is
can't hear you.
this any better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
also
yeah,
turned
sorry
off
about
my
that.
TV stream.
GG's, both of you.
Yeah, big
GG's,
GG's,
well
Riiyak.
done.
God, what a what a rush that was. Holy crap.
Excellent races, all 3 of them were very good.
Thank you, you too. Seriously.
Were you guys both feeling a little fatigued in that last one?
I was.
I feel like I don't like not to like nitpick, but I think you both probably had your worst races in that race. Not just by time, but like it looked like it was just like a lot of Zelda 2. It was been played up to that point, so
Yeah, I think I mean like I think for me, like each of the races that I had were kind of defined by the start of them, or not defined, but like they were an omen was lent. So basically like like I think the first race I got P-Bag in Magic Cave, ended up with attack 4, got double bubble, like everything was super solid. And that time ended up being pretty decent. The second race, I don't know how, like based on how I played, like I look back at how I played like after that race, and I wasn't sure how I ended up with a better time than the first one. Because it didn't feel like I played any better. It was just kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of like the rub of the green. But and then the third race, God, my start was something.
the encounter before the cave.
Yeah, it's generally my strat to if I mess up Magic Cave as bad as I did, I go get early trophy, because there's no way I'm gonna get reverse bubble if I don't know where the spawn is. So I just go do early trophy, and for that added percentage, that added chance of attack 4 out of P1, and of course I got double jar in P1. So yeah, it was just like but
the
rest of the
reverse
run was
bubble
actually
is not
pretty...
dependent on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The reverse bubble is not dependent on getting the bag. It's still the same timing. I don't know if you...
Oh no, I know, but like I lost several seconds in Magic Cave. Like that was the problem. I know you can get it without the P-Bag.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, like it was more than just a couple frames I lost out of Magic Cave. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think you missed the last Octo or whatever, so you had to stop and kill
I had to stop, and I got hit twice in Magic Cave. Like, yeah.
I was worried for you in Trophy Cave a little bit. Because you got hit by that first ache, and I was like, but then it was fine.
I was technically fine. Technically. I did not die in Trophy Cave. That was good.
Nope. No death.
I did that the other day in a run. That was fun. Died in Trophy Cave. But yeah.
Insane races. I mean, all of them. That second one, I mean, you guys, I don't know if both of you, I think TGH was certainly watching riiyak. I don't know if you had
I was watching, yeah. I had the stream up, or I had at least the view of riiyak stream up on race time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it pulled up too, but the second race, I was feeling really good about it, and I was just having a lot of fun, and so I basically ignored it. Seems like
I can't remember specifics, but you did some swaggy, you did some seriously swaggy stuff in some of those runs. I mean, both of you did really, but I think riiyak really went all out on the swag tonight. I can't remember anything specifically, but I'm sure if you watch back through, I pointed it out when I saw it. So
I had to bust out the reverse upstab pose on the spell in Nukasudo.
Yeah, so riiyak did that in the first race, so I didn't know if you were going to get docked points for copying him, but...
I didn't even know.
Yeah. But you did I think the one you did in the first two races is harder to execute, at least.
It loses less frames, though.
True.
So, I don't know, it's... Yeah, I guess it's harder. But yeah. I don't really have much else to say other than, first off, riiyak, big GGs. Those are some of the most intense races I've ever had, period, in any tournament. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for all the time that you put into the game, too, and it's been great having you part of the tournament this year.
It's a really fun game and a really awesome community, and, I'll can't see myself leaving anytime soon. So
definitely take a break now, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've learned a lot from like all the top runners, including yourself, riiyak. Like your tutorials are awesome. The double bubble and the you made I think the boulder dash tutorial, right? You made as well.
I sort of made a compilation of there's a few other ones that
Yeah.
are out there, but I did one of those too.
Yeah, they're super helpful, and it's yeah, I don't know if you would have told me 2 months ago that I'd end up the champion of this tournament, I don't think I would have believed anyone who said that. Like it's the improvement has felt really good. I put a lot of time into it, and it's nice. It's really, really, really nice to see it pay off.
Yeah, it's been nice to watch this whole tournament, really watching everyone. We've had the past 3 or 4 weeks specifically, some awesome races, so GG's to everyone. It's going to be fun again next year. Everyone take your breaks. Stop playing this game for a while. Or keep playing, I guess, if you want to, torture yourself. But,
I knew you were going to say that. I knew those were the next 2 words that would come out.
It's fun.
Now is the time when you start working on those other categories and you start throwing those times up everywhere else.
Right, yeah, maybe we'll have another spring tournament with some other weird category like we did this spring.
I definitely want to run other categories eventually. But yeah, so far I've only run all keys. But yeah, I really want to spread out with this game eventually.
I think you're gonna like it more and more the more categories you run, because a lot of them are just very different.
It's gonna feel like a whole new game.
Yeah.
Or maybe not quite a whole new game, but like a whole new experience.
I mean, the difference between this and any percent is like it's not even the same game, like you said. So, but it's fun. It's really fun
really any of the
combating.
glitch categories.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're so fun. I put them off for too long, but they're fun.
Glitch categories, and then anything with Dark Death Mountain is like a whole new thing too, which a lot of them have.
Yep. 80% deathless.
There's nothing scarier to me in this game than Dark Death Mountain. It can be such a wall for even good players.
Dark Jump Cave is worse.
It seems like a thing that you just need to do it so much to get used to it.
Yeah, it is.
Dark Death Mountain, yeah, it's like anything except that might be a little bit
depends on the category. Certain categories you can take life levels and stuff in there, so you're getting refills, but like any percent, you're just taking you're 252 at the end of the run. So, and you do have to go through sort of most of Death Mountain, but it's fun. It's good stuff. It improves your combat a lot. Not that I don't think either of you guys need that, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My combat practice lately for me, I've really enjoyed just fighting Dairos at attack 1 in Medicine Cave. That has super improved my combat over the last few weeks or so.
Yeah, it's good chaining them together.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. And just another thing to kind of feed on that, I have heard rumors of a Horsehead knockout tournament that might be being organized.
Boy.
Just kind of throwing that out there, a one night only sort of thing. We'll see if anything happens, but keep that on your radar.
I think we could set
fun.
that up. We had a one-day tournament a couple of years ago for any percent that I think went pretty well. I don't think we had too many people join it. I didn't even know the category at that time, but yeah, they got a whole tournament done in a day. I mean, it's a 20-minute category, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I could see something like that happening. Chat's getting lit about it. All right, let's not ramble too long. Yes, everyone's been here forever.
I think Astro's talking about a different pair of horse heads, though. He's talking about they're talking about the plural
plural
horse heads in another game.
Okay.
Yeah. Ones that are only slightly more friendly than Horsehead and Z2.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess on behalf of everyone, thanks everyone. There's too many people to name specifically, but like everyone who did commentary for this whole tournament, we had a lot of people do a lot of races. Anyone who did a restream, all you folks here at ZSR, anyone who did restreams on their own channels, and everyone who helped put it together with all the forms and everything. Everyone, all the runners, blah blah blah. I know I'm so sincere with all this stuff, but no, we all really appreciate everything. It's not easy to like put on a tournament like this, so everyone helping really helps out, even if it's just like small things like commentary or whatever, or just like, you know, making sure something is written correctly on a schedule, you know. So
Seriously, y'all are awesome.
yeah,
Great tournament, great community, great commentators, great people,
Thanks for sticking
Yeah.
around.
and really fun runs too.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing about half of a job for me, Justin.
oh no problem.
Coming in now, indeed. Shout outs to everyone who was involved. Especially big shout outs tonight to our TGH, our winner tonight. Congratulations on winning the tourney. I remember seeing some of your earlier any 100% all keys runs a couple months back, and you've improved quite a lot in the last few months, and it shows. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations to riiyak as well, taking second place in this tournament.
Thank you.
This was a fantastic series of races to watch and has been a fantastic tournament. Shout outs to the two people who commentated our final game, Justin Mann and Aaron, as well as to our two earlier commentators, Enos and Highlander, who have probably gone to bed at this point, but thank you to them as well for helping cover this best of 3 series tonight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
It has certainly been a very interesting 4 hours. It's been a long 4 hours, but this is going to be it for us tonight. So for ZSR is actually still currently live, so we will be going over to raid our sister channel, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2 here shortly. They're doing the Ocarina of Time Randomizers, Season 4 Standard Tournament Qualifier number 4. They're currently about 2.5 hours in. We're going to go over and say hi to them shortly. But before that, I'm also going to quickly go over the ZSR schedule. We have tomorrow, / tonight, depending, today technically, because it's half an hour past midnight now Eastern. We have at 11 a.m. Eastern. We have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer, DDR rule set, Dungeon Door Requirement rule set weekly race at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We have the Majora's Mask Randomizer weekly race at noon. The Breath of the Wild and 90% bi-weekly race at 1 p.m. We've got the Wind Waker Randomizer bi-weekly race at 3. They've got another Ocarina of Time Randomizer qualifier at 6, and the Zelda 2 Randomizer weekly race at 10. And then on Sunday, we've got one more Ocarina of Time Randomizer qualifier, the Ocarina of Time Challenge Championship Series, the Minish Cap, and the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race to wrap out the weekend. Give Zelda Speedruns and its sister channels a follow if you want to catch more Zelda action. We have Zelda Speedruns, Zelda Speedruns 2, Zelda Speedruns _3, and Zelda Speedruns _4. Thank you everyone for watching this fantastic series, best of 3 series, and we'll be calling it night here. Thanks for watching, everyone.